It's got a time signature change in the chorus. It's all over the place. It's reckless. I did a belly flop in the music video. Going by 'em like they ain't there. Still waving a flag and pretending to care. We say it's not our problem.
One song, one story, unforgettable on the road. Moho Sessions.
Before we start one more time, make sure so I don't have to do that on.
Have you started?
No, he's doing the tuning.
Oh, so there is some grace.
Of course I've started.
No, there's no grace. Have you started? Oh,
Sorry.
come on, DC's tuning the guitar for the
No, I'll restart it.
That's it. Interview over.
Yeah, interview over.
We blew it.
He does that to me every time.
No, no.
You do, every time. Like, you know, when you say welcome, this is Matt Rodgers, we're sitting here. No, 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 no. Morning.
He's trouble.
Who's trouble?
Go there and making sure they got the beer open for us. I'll be here in a minute. I told you to wait in the truck.
Can we do 3, 2, 1 and start? Or have you
3, 2, 1, go.
Have you started?
Yeah, I've started. But you did the proper intro and okay.
He will
Check.
not. He will not cut it. He will flipping not cut it. Good morning, everyone.
Hello, world.
How are you doing, Matt?
We're here. Day 1 or day 2. I don't know which one you would count this. I guess we're going to call it day 2. Buckle and Boots Festival.
Have you had a few nights?
I didn't sleep a wink last night. I stared at the ceiling last night. I could not go to sleep at all. It's wild.
I think, like, I couldn't. Do you know what? I couldn't sleep last night either. I think it might have been the buzz because I love just sitting chatting about music with her.
Yeah, yeah.
It's one of my favourite things to do. And I did 3 of them last night.
My sleep's just messed up. I think so. On Tuesday, we left Nashville on Tuesday, and we landed here on Wednesday. But we got here, basically dropped our bags off, went straight to Birmingham and played a show. Played a show, and came back here and got back at like 2 a.m. So I was like up like probably 35, 36 hours that day. And I slept last night, and I figured I would be reset and tired last night, but I didn't sleep at all. So today is all about lots of coffee and good vibes.
And it's not long since you've been to the UK because you supported Jade Helliwell on tour.
I did. Yeah, that was
in April.
yeah, in April.
Wasn't
Just,
that long
yeah,
ago,
a month
so
ago or so, a little over a
You
month.
might still be on that kind of
I'm flip-flopping.
getting over jet lag.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the cure to that is as many beers as you can get down. I think that's the secret. It's not foolproof. I don't really have any science to back it, but I sure have been trying it.
I was going to ask how you do it as artists, like all this like journey of going from country to country, different time frames. And when you come here, it's like a quick trip. You sing, you entertain people, and then you have to go back to America. And then when you go off the plane, you're doing the same thing. Like how does that? How do you keep the adrenaline up? How do you, apart from beer, how do you keep the adrenaline up? And
Well, beer's ugly cousin, Red Bull. That one helps too. I don't know. You find the right combination. You try to get the sleep when you can, and then you use the caffeine when you can't. You power through.
I kind of respect that because that's quite a rough schedule you touring artists have. It's
Kind of strange. It's just like any other job, though. I feel like you get used to, when you do have sleep, you sleep a lot. When you do have time off. But it's like sometimes when we're clocking in, we're going to work. It's like, all right, I'm probably not going to get any sleep for next couple weeks or whatever. So it's part of the routine. But because you love it so much, it's if it was a job you hated and you weren't getting sleep, you'd be miserable. But since it's a job that you love with everything you have, it's not too bad when you don't get sleep. So.
But seeing as we're celebrating 10 years of Buckle and Boots.
10 years. Crazy.
Feeling very nostalgic, so I want to take a trip back in time with Matt Rodgers.
Okay.
So where did your love of, because you have such an authentic sounding male country voice.
That's all AI, actually.
That's what?
It's AI. Yeah, I'm not, if you come to the show today, I won't even be playing. That's a holographic technology we took from Star Wars. I won't even be up there playing. That's all Chat GPT right there. It's come a long way, ain't it? Elon sent it down last night. He sent it overnight on SpaceX, and just shot it right now at his satellite internet this morning. It was it's wonderful.
I have to mention that because I saw on your Instagram. You had that. I don't know where you were, but you looked like Batman. You did the Batman thing.
So yeah, in Nashville, we have a building, the AT&T building, and we call it the Batman building. It's been a big part of our skyline for I don't know 30 years, and I was up on a roof shooting some content for songs, lip sync videos, because I can't just let people hear my music the old-fashioned way now. We have to go on TikTok and do dances. But I was up there on the roof, and I thought, and of course, I've posted all of those other videos of me lip syncing my songs. They did not get any views, but my Batman video has got like 1 million views. So, yeah.
But it's hilarious though. It's just, I think that's what you find when you because when I post daft stuff, that seems to be the stuff.
Yeah, it's. I had a video last year that went like absolutely crazy for me. I don't know where the bar is for what you would call viral or anything like that, but I got tens of millions of views across all the platforms on it, and it was me running out in the backyard off of my backyard camera in my yard, running and getting my deaf blind dog out of the rainstorm and just scooping him up and running inside. I was like, cool. Anyway, here's 600 posts about my music. So hooray TikTok. Good thing that
you love TikTok.
Yeah.
It says the love. Where did the love of country music come from?
Well, I originally grew up in Georgia, right? And I grew up in the country, and it was just kind of a staple thing there. Everybody's radio was set to the country station when I was growing up, but my folks were really cool too. They have such a love for music, and I kind of come from a little bit of a musical family, and I was exposed to a lot of different music because my mom went to see all the cool concerts. Like, she saw everybody cool coming up, and my dad as well, and they had great record collections and everything like that. So I was listening to the Beach Boys and the Bee Gees and Elton John, but also 90s country was always on the radio. So it was just kind of a whole spectrum of it. And being in Georgia obviously my home state has a very rich music history, going all the way back to the start of commercial music, even the people that started commercial songwriting, all the way through, like the Otis Reddings and the Little Richards and the James Browns, and then the Allman Brothers Band and the Marshall Tucker Band, and
all the greats,
all of the great country acts that have come out of Georgia now as well. So, so the influence was just always there, and you fall in love with the storytelling of it, because being from the South, we pride ourselves on telling a good story, right? So, and that's all really a good country song is a good story. So, it's always been that thing that I loved.
See, I think country music has changed. I mean, you've been at how many years have you been in it?
I've been full-time in Nashville for 12 years now. Yeah, I was doing it before. I did it for so I've had music the whole time. Like, I had a garage band in middle school, and then I did like a praise and worship band in high school, and then in college I did choir and guitar classes and started writing songs and gigging some in college, and so I kind of been doing music the whole time. But it was 12 years ago when I decided I was going to quit my job working for a group of neurosurgeons in Macon, Georgia.
I was just about to ask that. That's like from medical to musical kind of a...
Yeah, but even at that period of time, I had a band and I was releasing music even at that time, and I remember distinctly, probably 6 months before I moved, like, we had gone and left Macon, Georgia on a Friday when I got off work, and had to go to Chicago and play a show and then come back on Sunday, and I got back at like 1:30 or 2 a.m. in the morning and had to be in surgery at 6 a.m. the next day, and I was like, this is getting a little bit harder to do now. So that's when I knew that the point was coming, where it was like, if I'm really going to do this, I need to go all the way in and chase it. And a few months later, I did. I packed up all my stuff and moved to Nashville, and that's what we've been doing for the last 12 years.
And you've been doing really well, because you've won quite a lot of songwriting awards, which must be... How important are awards? Is that like gives you recognition and keeps you going, or is it the love of the music that keeps you going, or what?
Yeah, I think I definitely have that advice for like younger artists and stuff too. Like, if you want to do this and you're thinking about doing this, you have to love it with your whole heart, because it is so hard, especially now. but it's also in the same side of that coin. It's harder than it's ever been, but it's also more wide open than it's ever been.
Yeah.
Because you can get across certain thresholds that were gatekept before because of things like TikTok and the way that the world works. So, yeah, you know, it's
Pros and cons.
it's a pros and cons thing, but it's the awards. I don't. If you go into it trying to get accolades and awards and recognition, you're probably doing it for the wrong reasons. They're nice to get because it does give you a little bit of validation that you've got growth and that you're evolving and that you're getting better at your craft. But I think if you're focusing on that, it's the wrong place to focus.
Your songwriting, I have to mention this song. I'm coming right back to your present single, which I hope that's not a picture of your grandmother on the cover.
Oh, that was.
Or is that AI?
Yeah,
That's
everything's AI now. Everything's AI. I'm actually a Terminator, believe it or not. I don't know if you can tell by looking at me. They never made a fat one in any of the movies, but they've made a fat one for me. But yeah, that was, you know, like I said, we pride ourselves on telling a good story, and sometimes you tackle the tough subject matter in country music, and I can almost guarantee you that you'll never hear a country song that talks about what that one talks about.
It's hilarious. Like, she used to be rolling dough, and now she's rolling dimes. I'm just like, I
had to explain that line when I had to explain that line when I was over here for Jade Helliwell, because somebody was asking me, they're like, "What is the line after that?" And I said, "Dimes," and they were like, "What are dimes?"
You know, it's pretty obvious what they are. You see it, the cover. And the video, like...
At home we call them dime bags, and it's because you get... well, with inflation, it used to be $10, but now they're $20, so they're not dime bags no more, but...
The video's hilarious. Like, you actually got someone to look like the AI version of the artwork, literally. It was hilarious.
I've got a new record that we're working on, and we're gonna be releasing the first single off of that record June the 19th. But I've got a little emblem I'm gonna make for the record that says 100% organic country music made by 100% real humans. Put it in the corner, you know. So now you can go to the organic section of country music in your local grocery store on Spotify.
I think that's something they need to do, because I think it does get harder and harder to kind of... I know some people can say, I can tell what AI is, I can tell. And sometimes you can tell. There's other times where you think, oh, that sounds real. Because I remember listening to a song and it looked like it was from Pink, Chris Stapleton, and there was one other big headhunter, I can't remember, Jelly Roll. And I was like, oh God, that would be such a fantastic collaboration. And I was awfully excited, and I pressed play and I was like, oh, that actually sounds good. And then I got to the end of it and I was like, no, that's not them. That's not their real voices. It's
evolving so fast. It is pretty scary. It's scary to see how it's working its way into the production side of things, but even scarier into the songwriting side of things. But you can find comfort in the fact that how commercial music has changed over, let's say, the last 100 years. You know, you've had big bands, and then, you know, the transistor radios and AM and all of that stuff, and then it went to vinyls. Then you had 8-tracks, and you had cassette tapes, and then you had CDs, and you had MP3s on your MP3 players, and now you have streaming. All of that side of the business has changed so much in 100 years. But you know what's never changed, and the one thing that AI will never be able to do is a great song and a great live performance. And that part has not ever changed. So if you focus on the things that never change, then maybe you can figure the rest of that stuff out, right? That's
pretty cool.
at least the thought process that I try to keep. But
that's a good way of looking at it, because I think there's nothing better than live music and like the connection is made in that moment. You can...
Yeah.
I don't know how like you can describe that to someone if they don't fully understand how that interaction.
Well, no matter how advanced it gets, it's never going to have a soul-to-soul connection like you can have with a crowd or with a person. You know, where a song that you're playing hits them and connects with somebody so hard that they feel like it was just for them. You know what I mean? That you can't. That's not something that can be manufactured.
Takes me on to one of your songs that I I have to touch on it because I think the story is so important. Camouflage is the song I'm talking about, which like, and I love songs like that that really like just talk about stuff that's really really important. How was that process of that song for you, and what was it that inspired it for you?
Well, it wasn't a song that I expected anyone ever to hear, to be honest. Got the news of a loss of a friend that was a 23-year veteran of the U.S. Marine Corps and U.S. Army. He had retired and only a few months later took his own life. And huge problem in our country, former service members and veterans. And to be fair, quite a big problem in your country here.
Yes.
It's just the suicide rates are crazy. And got that news on the road, and we were like at the very beginning of like a 2-week run through the Midwest, and I knew I was not even going to be able to be back for funeral services and all of that. So I told my guitar player at the time, Nick Reed, he's a U.S. Army combat vet, and he's lost several of his friends the same way. And we were just kind of talking about it, and I don't go to a therapist. I grab my guitar a lot of times. I do that. I say that a lot because I have several songs that I've written by myself that are just about me getting out a specific emotion at that time, and sometimes I like them enough to release them, right? And so he and I just started working on the song late into the morning at the hotel, and weren't really planning on letting anybody hear it. And it kind of got out in our veteran friend circle, and eventually got to a buddy of mine named Travis Roth, who introduced me to a guy named Chris Cathers, who was a former Green Beret Special Forces guy that started an organization called Brothers Keeper Veteran Foundation. And they were like, you guys really need to do something with this song. You need to release it. So that's when we started scheming our plan, and we were like, if we're going to release this song, we're going to do it the right way. We're going to raise awareness, we're going to raise money, and we're going to try to make a difference with it. And that's what we did. So every penny of that song is made from penny one, whether it be radio spins, streaming, downloads, any of that. All of that money goes to that organization, which helps our veteran community a lot back home. Any number of things. They help them with sober living, VA benefits, mental health, a huge array of things. But they're just definitely in the fight to try to end veteran suicide, and that's a fight that we thought was a great cause to be a part of as well. And it changed a lot of things in my career, as far as like a renewed sense of purpose, of me understanding just how powerful music can be, and just how to use your platform for change and for good and for positivity. And we went and did all kind of great press, made a lot of national news and stuff like that, and got to play some really cool events and meet some really special people and heroes of this country, and or my country, and as well as your country. So it was a really great life perspective experience for me.
Would you mind singing that just now? Is that all right?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. I had another one queued up for you, but let me try. Let me get us squared away
It's
here.
a nice segue to it.
All right. This is Camouflage. One of the few and the proudest out of Camp Lejeune, built by Uncle Sam to be bulletproof. When they sent him overseas, he knew he might not come back. But the tours of duty, they flew on by, gave him some medals and gave him some stripes, and in the blink of an eye, half his life was gone like that. One war was over, but another was just beginning. When it's all you know, it's hard to be a civilian. Thank you for your service, yeah, you're good to go. Sorry about your buddies that ain't coming home. It's a little late in life to be someone new. Bottle everything up, keep it deep inside. Devil dogs ain't never supposed to cry, and we'll all ignore the hero in the room. Blame it on camouflage. We just walk on by them like they ain't there, still waving a flag and pretending to care. We say it's not our problem, there's nothing we can do. Just give them a number, say get in line. Give them some pills, say give it some time. You'll be right as rain, back to normal in a week or two. Thank you for your service, yeah, you're good to go. Sorry about your buddies that ain't coming home. It's a little late in life to be someone new. Bottle everything up, keep it deep inside. Everybody knows soldiers ain't allowed to cry. We'll all ignore the hero in the room. Blame it on camouflage. All gave some and some gave all. There's a missing link here we gotta solve. This problem couldn't be more clear. So from now on maybe they'll hear. Thank you for your service and welcome home. No matter what you're going through, you're not alone. And we're here to help if you want to start something new. 'Cause God only knows what you keep inside. Don't give in, son, stay in the fight. 'Cause we always see the heroes in the room. Yeah, the ones that went to war for me and you. No, you're not just camouflage. No, you're not just camouflage.
That's amazing. Absolutely
you.
amazing. That is, to me, that's what country music. Like that's the root of it. There's nothing better. That's amazing.
Thank you. Yes, it was a kind of a tough situation, but it was trying to find how to honor somebody that deserved to be honored, and also raise that awareness and try to make a difference. So it was a special thing in my career for sure. Even in being as tough as it was, you know.
Yeah, that's just so cool. I'm nearly in tears now, but I'm going to hold them back because I need to continue this.
I can tell you something fun. Yeah.
I'm going to try and continue this on, but it's just, yeah, that was, yeah. And you could sense the emotion in it when you were singing it, so it's just like.
Yeah, it took a while. It's crazy, like the times that it has caught me. Like the times where I thought it was going to catch me, it didn't, and times where I thought I was going to be able to sing it fine, it caught me, you know. The guy I was telling you about, Chris Cathers, the former Special Forces guy that founded Brothers Keeper Veteran Foundation, he recently passed away after a long fight with cancer, and we are working really hard to, you know, obviously continue that organization and continue his legacy. He once told me that you only die twice. The one time when your physical body is finished, and when the last person says your name. So it's kind of our goal to keep his memory and his name alive, and we're doing a really cool benefit show and raising some money for Brothers Keeper Veteran Foundation coming up in June, on the 18th actually, in Nashville at the Troubadour. So if your guys are around Nashville, make your plans. There's gonna be some amazing talent at that show, so it's gonna be cool.
Not only do you like record and release music and tour, you're also part of Nashville Nights, which is quite an extraordinary thing because you have supported so many artists in their career with songwriting, with performing, with touring the world, along with Blue Foley, who is.
Yeah, he's one of my oldest friends in Nashville, and it's a huge passion of ours because the entire town of Nashville is built on the back of songwriters. Without great songs, Nashville would never ever have achieved the things that it's achieved. However, they're the last to be taken care of, and they're they don't really get a lot of the recognition. They don't hardly get any money anymore. So it was our goal to change that mindset and to change that, and we try to help the performing songwriter and the professional songwriter get to work and go to places where they can play their songs and be heard and make some money and get exposure and try to grow their career or expand their career. And it's something that it's another one of those renewed purpose things and a life perspective experience for me. And it just feels good to know that we're trying to leave it better than we found it. And something's got to give in that world, you know. We've got great songwriters that are having to move home or having to hang it up because they're getting screwed, and we're trying to change that.
I just find it sad that governments and like people who can make a difference, like music is always the last thing to go in the budget.
Arts are always, they're always at the end of that stuff, you know. And it's because we can't even agree on the main things, you know. It's like, how are we going to get all the way down to songwriter royalties when we can't even decide the price of tea in China or whatever? But you know, it's a crazy world we live in, but it still needs to be done. It's still work that needs to be done, and it's still something that needs to be happen because the world is a sad place without art. So
I don't know, like.
And music is. I've seen it in my personal life so many times how music has positively affected people and saved lives. Literally have saved lives. So it's something that has to be done. So.
Literally saved, like there's people who many songs just comfort people because they can't really talk to people about it. Nobody will listen, and then a song will.
And but that's also the beauty of songwriting. Like, to me, it's the same thing that we were talking about earlier, right? You're talking about awards and things like that. It's like, if you know for a fact that you wrote a song and it connected with somebody on to their soul level, that's the only reason you do it. I mean, that's it, you know. Like, especially my favorite feeling is like songs that mean a whole lot to me because I wrote them I know exactly the emotion and the thoughts that I was going through when I wrote a specific song. And when someone else can relate to that and it means something to them, that's a very special connection you now share, you know. That is more powerful than zeros in the bank account. That is more powerful than any piece of plaque you can put on the wall. That's the human experience. And that's something that, once again, AI is never going to be able to get down. So take that, Elon. Put that in your brain chip.
Oh, can you pass me my phone? Is my phone down there? I need my phone. Is my phone down there?
Next year.
Oh!
Planned.
Yes, the reason I asked my phone. Would you mind playing a little game? It's called This or That. It's not called.
Nah, I'm
You
good.
don't like-
I'm just playing. I'm playing.
That's the end. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
Thanks for tuning in.
No, I'm good. No, see you next time.
week. Bye.
Not really a game guy. No, just playing. All right.
It's not this or that. So it's just
This
a
or that,
choice of
okay.
two things.
All right.
So say, for example, love or money.
Both. But I'm doing it right.
You can choose both if you want. Is this your first buckle of books?
It is. Very first one.
So you probably might not be able to choose between the stages.
Yeah, I can't yet. I've not even been on any of them yet.
You're doing that this morning? No.
No.
You're on a writer.
We're playing a writers round later today, and then got the band show tomorrow. Yeah.
Then you'll be able to know, because I usually ask main stage or paddock stage, but as you've not experienced the atmosphere.
I think we're playing on both on the same stage. I think Sunday maybe I go to another stage. We'll see. I have to look at the schedule.
Singing or songwriting?
Songwriting.
Guitar or singing?
Tough.
I know.
I think singing, and I think that's kind of a thing that I flip-flop back and forth on, but I'll tell you why I picked singing. Is I was going really deep down the rabbit hole trying to get better at this instrument with theory and knowledge and learning how things are put together. And I happened to be very lucky one night and be backstage at the Grand Ole Opry. And it was the second or third time that I had an opportunity to be back there with Charlie Daniels, the late, great Charlie Daniels.
Amazing music.
And a great player and a great beacon of patriotism and Southern rock and all of the things that I love. And he brought me in his dressing room one night and we were just talking and we pulled the guitars out, just he and I, and we're just having a moment. And I started asking him really specific questions about music. And he said, well, I don't really think about any of that when I'm writing this stuff. I usually sing it or hum it and then go to the guitar and figure out where it needs to be. So that changed my thought on all of it, because if it's not melodic and you can't sing it, then should you really be trying to play it? So
Charlie Daniels.
so that's why I'll go singing this time, because I think a vocal melody or something you can hum can turn into this part.
That's a really cool way of looking at it.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
One of the best musicians ever, and it was that simple the whole time for him.
Yeah.
He made it that simple. But yeah,
That's awesome. Performing or recording?
performing, yeah, easy choice there.
Because you can't get EI into performing.
Yeah. Well, there's a specific energy, you know. There's a thing that happens when you record, because you're putting your heart and your soul into the music, but there's definitely an energy and a high that you get from a great show and a great crowd energy that's not matched with anything else. So that's a number one.
Buckles or boots? You've got some serious boots going on there.
You know, I don't. I love boots. I have way too many boots. I've been very fortunate to be.
Usually females that say that.
Yeah, well, I've been endorsed by my company, Durango Boots. For 8 years, I've been the country music ambassador for Durango Boots, and you can save 20% off on Durango Boots by using my code MattRodgers20. But
Well done, Matt. Well done getting that.
They have
there.
taken.
Well done.
Yeah, make sure you guys cut that and tag them. But they have been so great to me over the years, and they keep my feet covered in good boots, and I steer away from buckles because I grew up around dairy farms.
Mm.
And real cowboys don't think that's real cowboy and stuff. So
Why not?
I can't wear buckles.
Why
And I
do
know
you not think of
they don't ever call them horse boys. I don't know why they call them cowboys.
Who knows?
But I
Who
steer
knows?
clear of belt buckles. I stick to boots.
Wait, Fallout or Billboard?
I don't know. It's like, which baby do you love more? You know. I'll tell you why Billboard was a really cool one for me, because I had a line in the very first verse of Billboard that says, 2 dozen roses and a bottle of wine, not even Shenandoah is going to change your mind. And there was a band that I grew up loving that was a 90s country band called Shenandoah, and they had a song called 2 Dozen Roses. So we recorded that song and we got ready to make the music video. We asked the boys from Shenandoah to be in the music video. So when I say that line in the first verse in the music video, I'm buying my 2 dozen roses and my bottle of wine from Marty Rabin of Shenandoah, and Mike is behind us sweeping the floors, like they're both working at the shop. So that was a full circle moment for me, because that's like a band that I grew up loving, and to have them involved in that music. So it's going to lean it a little bit towards Billboard, I suppose.
That's a good reason to think. Be Like Him or Cole?
Cole. Both of the, and I know that sounded super fast, and they both have things that were really cool. Be Like Him was my first ever music video that was aired and premiered on CMT. So that was a cool moment for me career-wise. Also very stressful. We had a whole treatment and a whole day planned to shoot this music video, and we were going to do it at like a baseball field with like a kid, you know. And all of our permits got pulled the day before, and we scrambled. So the music video that you see that actually made it on CMT was put together in like 12 hours with a whole new cast, a whole new treatment plan, a whole new set of shoots and shots. We put it together in 12 hours and put that video together. So, but
Wow.
Cole is one that I wrote by myself, and it was kind of like what we talked about just a little while ago. Songs that I wrote by myself when I was going through a specific emotion, I was going through a specific thing, and I wrote it to get that out, and then I was like, well, this is actually a song that could be something, and it ended up being the title project of that record. It was the title track of that record, and it's one of those things where it helps me keep perspective when I have the feelings of, man, I'm tired, I just want to be home and be in my own bed, or I'm feeling ungrateful or unblessed. It reminds me I can go back to the moment where I wrote that song, and it's that flash that pulls me out of, you know, the kind of the dark, the shadows start to creep in. It pulls me right back to the bright side and reminds me where, you know, sometimes you're in Manchester and in the UK playing Buckle and Boots. It's music's doing all right for you, you know. It's all about keep in perspective. So that's a song that means a lot to me.
Yeah, I got that when I was listening to it. It's a cool song. Too Late or Heart Like You?
Let's see. I'll say Hurt Like You, only because I wrote that with some of my favorite people, and we were on an awesome trip playing songwriter shows. So Blue Foley's on that song. And,
Hey!
and
Connections
and
everywhere.
Emma Zink is on that song.
Hey, look at my cap!
Yeah. And
Oh,
so
I
I noticed
there's a reason I wore this cap.
So we were playing some great shows, and we were having a really good time. And I had taken them to my local dive bar in my hometown, and we were not planning to write. We got back to the house at like 1:30 a.m. And leaving the bar, Adam Cunningham came up with the idea, and we talked about it in the 8-minute van ride back to the house. And when we got to the house, we pulled out the guitars and wrote that song till like 3 in the morning.
That's
So
awesome.
it means more because it was so fun. It was a really cool ride with cool people and a cool situation.
That's cool. I'm going to skip one of them. White Trash Royalty or Thunderbird? White Trash Royalty is hilarious.
Yeah, that was definitely, that's the most,
Even the title's like, what?
one of the most different songs I've ever written. It's got a time signature change in the chorus. It's all over the place. It's reckless. I did a belly flop in the music video.
You don't necessarily put White Trash to royalty because
It's funny.
It's
And I was told that I was hanging out with some friends in South Georgia, and someone had said that, I think referring to me. And I was like, well, you just wait till I get back to Nashville. That'll be a song by Tuesday. And it was.
By Monday, probably.
Yeah, and it was.
South Dakota Sky. Camouflage. That's because
Oh,
that's
that's
the
not
way
fair.
I know it's not, but you can blame Spotify for that because it's got the.
Hey, Mom, which kid do you love
That's
more?
how it's listed it. Yeah, you don't have to choose. You honestly don't have to choose.
Yeah, they both are so special to me. South Dakota Sky came from a real moment of self-doubt and wondering if my opportunity had passed me by for this as a career. But then Camouflage came at an incredibly low moment where, so they both, they're almost both at the top of the list, tied for number one. So that's impossible to pick, I think.
Yeah, you can tell Spotify to do one. Whatever keeps you, whoever keeps you, you know the end of that. Give me a minute. Or Grandma's House. Whatever keeps you.
Crazy.
There we go.
That's a tough one. Let's see. Grandma's House is with a couple of my dear buddies, and it's just been so fun to play live all this time.
Absolutely.
So it lived for a long time. For 2 years, I've been playing it at songwriter shows, and everyone's, when are we going to put it out? When are we going to release the song? And we were hoping that, several other people were pretty interested in maybe recording it. And when nothing happened, I said, boys, I think I'm going to do it. And they got on board, and here we are. And the music, and Blue's mom is the grandma in the music video of that.
Seriously?
Yes. Talk about perfect casting. Yeah, we had a blast making that video.
She looks absolutely. She just looks like she's having fun in it though. Like.
Oh, she had more fun than all of us. So.
She looked like she had fun of it. You could just see her getting right into character. And yeah, once I thought, is she actually like? Do that?
They can't say that on camera. I'll tell you behind the guitar.
Like really, it was fabulous. It was so cool. Better at Heartbreak or Get Off That Fence? Or Get You Off That Fence?
Yeah, both of those have a cool story too. Better at Heartbreak, I'll pick because it was also a very fun write. I was over in Denmark, and I had gone several days early to play the Nashville Nights International Songwriter Festival. But I think we went 3 or 4 days early to write with a bunch of Danish and Scandinavian artists and writers. And I actually wrote that with 2 Danish writers and one American girl named Aaliyah Good. And it was an idea that I had in my idea book in my phone that I was saving to write back at home, but we had written so many songs in such a short amount of time that I had kind of pitched all of the ideas that I prepared for that trip out. and threw that one out in the room. And sure, I'm glad I did, because I think we came out with a really cool song, and it's one of my favorites to play live. We put it it's always in a cool spot in the show, and we kind of have a moment with it, and it's a lot of guitars, and I like doing that part.
Whiskey Don't or You're My Hallelujah?
You're My Hallelujah is an outside cut, one that I didn't write. My producer Matt McClure wrote that, and a guy named Nate Smith, if you know him,
Yeah, he is amazing.
wrote it, and Marty Dotson. So I got the permission to record that song, and kind of felt honored to be able to record it, because I've got the demo that Nate sang, and it's really great.
It is. His voice is insane.
So and he's a great dude too. So we're playing a festival together in a couple months in August. We were messaging back and forth because we're on the same day. We're playing both the Saturday, and I'm like right before his set. So we're looking forward to getting to hang out a little bit. But yeah, Whiskey Dawn I wrote with my good friend Eric Erdman, and we started that out with it was going to be a funny song. I was like, well, you know, there's so many whiskey songs in Nashville, right?
There is.
And we were, and all of them are like, whiskey will make you do this, and whiskey made me do that, whiskey. So I was like, let's write a song about all the things whiskey don't make you do. And then we ended up actually coming up with the idea that it ended up being. And I think I like that song because after I recorded it, and told Eric that it was going to be coming out and all of that stuff, he was like, oh, I meant to tell you, that song got to George Strait. He passed on it, but he really liked it. And I was like, George Strait heard one of my songs. So he's like,
pretty cool.
You know, he's way up there, you know.
He's not a member of the Grand Ole Opry. Because he chose not to be.
I mean,
Which
makes him more of a king, right?
He's a king all on his own.
If it's the Mother Church of Country Music, and he was like, I don't have time for that. I mean, he's too busy counting his number ones. Yeah, he played a show in Las Vegas that was 3.5 hours long, and they had to mash like 15 of the songs together just to get them all in one show. That's ridiculous. It's like 63, 64 number ones. It's unbelievable.
Wow.
Nobody will ever get that close.
He is the king.
Oh,
The king.
it's not even close. He's had number one in 4 decades. Nobody will do that again.
You can try.
It's crazy.
Are you trying to do it?
I'm way behind. Some stuff better start happening quick. Stuff better. I got to get my AI algorithms better. I got to get way better at my TikTok dances.
Ask AI to make you write you 64 number one hits, and then, you know.
That's what it needs.
Yeah, just ask AI to do it, and then it'll be fine. That's the good AI. Yeah.
It'd probably tell me I should have wrote all the things that whiskey makes you do. Should have wrote that song.
Matt, thank you so much for your
thanks for having me.
time, for your soul, for your heart and soul, and just for your authentic
Thank you
countriness.
for having me.
You're very welcome.
Good to see you.
Check Matt Rodgers out.
Bye, y'all.
I'm gonna make you.
One song, one story, unforgettable on the road. Moho Sessions.